Then why are you
And
here?
so,
Why did you stand up to talk to me if you don't want to have a conversation?
Yeah. A kind of emptiness that has to be filled by other people, that you can't stand on your own and feel good about yourself.
I'm an awesome person. I am well liked. I'm responsible, and I think I'm pretty cool.
And so I'm going to say you wouldn't fool me at all. I mean, I see a man 100%.
Hello and welcome back. Today I'll be checking out this video where Matt Walsh is interacting with a trans woman on an issue to do with gender identity. So let's check it out first, and then I'll be making out my commentary throughout the video. So let's go.
Hi, Matt. I'm transgender. I'm born and raised here in New Mexico. I have a graduate degree in information technology, marketing, business, and finance. I own my own home. I pay taxes. I have a six-figure job. I'm a respected professional in Albuquerque. I'm a mother. My life experience is that I'm an awesome person. I am well liked. I'm responsible, and I think I'm pretty cool. You touched on something. You said something earlier that for you, when somebody calls you a man, it doesn't faze you because, like, you just know that you're a man. That was interesting to me because I feel the same way about my identity as a woman. My question leading up to this, you've asserted that no one would ever see me as a woman, that nobody would ever see or could see a transgender person as a woman, and yet I have dozens of friends from diverse backgrounds, women from the reservation, a woman from Japan, several immigrant women. I have my coworkers, I have my boss, my VP, my CEO, all respecting me as a woman, my family, my long-term friends who are actually here with me. All of these people assure me, like, I'm a woman. They'll tell me, girl, like, there is no way you are a man. They see me as a woman. So the question,
Okay.
how can you assert that nobody would ever see me as a woman when my material experience tells me you're wrong?
Okay. It's interesting that that's the part of my talk you chose to ask a question about, because that's not in my talk at all. I don't believe I said that no one would ever see you as a woman. I mean, it's possible, I suppose, that you could fool someone. Now, you brought this up, so I have to tell you that you brought this up. You've put your identity on the table for conversation. And so I'm going to say you wouldn't fool me at all. I mean, I see a man 100%. And I think that most people would. Now, the fact that you have people in your life who are saying to you, oh, you're totally a woman, it's exactly what I'm talking about. No one in my life has ever once said to me, you're totally a man, Matt. You know, if a friend of mine called me on the phone and said, listen, Matt, I want you to know you're really a man, I would think that there was something wrong with him. I would say, why are you saying that at all? It doesn't make any sense. So the fact that this is a conversation to begin with tells me, it only proves the point that I'm trying to make, that your identity, even in your own mind, is up for, it's something that you need to be assured of. Now, what I would like to ask you, again, because you're standing here, and so you've brought your identity on the table for discussion.
Also for me, as he said, if I have to have reassurances about my gender identity, I think, I don't know how to put it. There's something that is not going okay with that kind of situation where you have to wake up every morning and you are hoping that someone can actually affirm to you, you are totally a man. You know, I don't know how. Okay, these are some of the things that you comment on, and you don't know the experience of the other person, because I totally don't know what is in their. I've never been in their shoes, but it feels like some kind of emptiness that has to be filled by other people, that you can't stand on your own and feel good about yourself. But anyway, it's my opinion.
How do you know that you're a woman?
It was first when I heard transgender persons describe their experience in their own words, and this was only about 2 years ago. Hearing somebody describe things, it was a woman from like England, describing her experience, her childhood, her teenage years. And it blew my mind to be listening to her, because it was just some podcast that I was listening to while I was like doing laundry. But it blew my mind to hear somebody so eloquently and precisely describe things that I had experiences
What
that
was
I
the
had
description?
experienced.
What did they say?
Okay, so I am honestly hesitant. I know that you touched earlier about the difficulty that transgender women might have in describing their identity, but I want to state I honestly don't feel that you would engage in this conversation.
That is something in this kind of debates. That is something that I always object to. This thing of preempting what the other person is going to say without even because when you do that, of course, there is a bias. It means that you are trying to defeat them by this preemption that of their opinion, which is something as I said, this person needs a they are very it seems the person is very insecure about so many things. What is the other person going to say about this? They even go ahead to even preempt. They might say this. So it seems there's a lot of insecurity with the person.
Then why are you
And
here?
so-
Why did you stand up to talk to me if you don't want to have a conversation?
Yeah.
You're saying that you discovered that you're a woman. I'm asking you how you did. That's a very fair question.
Okay.
How do you know that you're a woman?
That's fine. All right. So first of all, listening to transgender people, and it was like, okay, this is a one-off, one person describing these things. Things like looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Hearing compliments like, you are such an example, like a positive masculine role model. And just hearing that and being like, it feels like they're talking about somebody else. It means feeling alone, even when you're surrounded by guys, even when you have a lot of friends. And I was active in like Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout. I had great masculine role models my whole life, and yet I never felt like I belonged. I felt welcome and
But
included.
why does that make you a woman?
Because
As opposed to just a man who doesn't get along with some other men, or a man who's depressed, or a man who doesn't feel at home totally in his body, which, by the way, is a pretty universal human experience. Everybody goes through it at one time or another.
Yeah, not even to mention that there are some people who are just introverted in that way. They just they don't like interacting with other people, and they are totally fine. They don't have depression or any psychological. It's just in their nature. They are introverted in that way. So I don't know why he or she, I don't know how to describe them. They are having such a hard time answering a simple question that mattwalsh is asking.
Way does that make you a woman, though? And it's interesting. You're telling me that you listen to the experiences of other transgender people.
Well, yeah.
But what about women?
So
Because trans women are women, you would say, right?
I would say that. Yes.
Exactly the same?
Yes.
Okay, well then why do
Well-
you need to hear the testimony of quote unquote trans women? Like how you pick any actual woman in this room? In what way do you know that you belong in the same category as them?
I know because they tell me. So here was
You need them to tell you what you are?
women. Yes. I trust the opinions of the women around
And
me.
if most
it's
women-
incredible. You might try it sometime.
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman, would you say I'm not a woman anymore?
If who?
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman anymore, would you then relent and say I'm not a woman?
I would say most people on the planet have no idea who I am. I'm going to trust the opinions of the people who've spent their lives with me.
But you are relying on other people to tell you who you are, is what we're establishing.
For context, I know you like to say, everybody's rah-rahing and supporting transgender people, and yet they're still killing themselves, etc. But I'm standing here in a room full of people applauding you and asking questions like, how can I put out legislation here in New Mexico, my home state I grew up in, to try to reverse transgenderism? I'm not safe.
How are you not safe? You are just having a debate. You are just having a conversation. How are you not safe? This is what I was talking about. This kind of insecurity, and some of it might be real. Some of it might be, in your head. This kind of, you are so insecure about so many things. Oh, there's a legislation going on about gender identity. This guy is talking. He's having so many conflicts and a lot of insecurity. As I said, underlying insecurity here. This is what I'm getting from this discussion.
And it
How are you
wasn't,
not safe? You just said you're standing in a room with people who disagree with you, and you're perfectly fine. So how are you not safe? Okay, look, we're going round and round. You don't want to answer any of the questions. Maybe we'll end with this because we're talking about womanhood. So people can probably shout out the question I'm going to ask you right now.
Okay.
But you know that you're a woman.
Yes.
What is that?
So gender is a social thing. It only
I don't
makes
want to hear
sense.
that. What is a woman? What is a woman?
What is a woman?
The word woman, define in the dictionary. Go.
A woman is somebody who is included and respected and seen and participates in society, recognized by other women. If you speak with women,
That's mine.
Whatever.
Okay. All right.
You see, even they are so insecure, and this is something that which troubles me at times. How, especially in the West, it has become so, you have to tread a line that is very. You try to be as polite as possible, even describing the word woman. What is that? Defining it. You have to come up with this whole thesis of to explain. Whereas the word has been around, and also any other object or any other item in the world is described using words. So I don't know why this particular one it has to be so contentious. I don't know if it's because most of my life I've grown in Africa where we don't sugarcoat things, where there's no. If this person was to be brought up in such a setup, I don't think they would survive. They would die of depression or something of the sort. But anyway, I like watching Matt Walsh because sometimes he goes hard, and that way, he's able to prove a point that so many people are shying away from talking about some of these things, whether you are on either side. But I prefer how Matt Walsh approaches these kind of topics, just going in hard and without. Because if you are both soft, you are beating around the bushes. That's where the confusion comes from. I prefer that going hard so that we can have a clear difference to see where the difference is occurring. So let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, and also recommend to me other similar videos. So till next time, stay safe. Thank you.
Please smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more fun videos.